A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada about Jaladuta. We will be in verse number 7 today. Over to you, Prabhuji. I will share the sloka now in the screen, Prabhuji.
ஃபேமிலில வந்து 4 பிள்ளைங்க எல்லாம் பக்தியில இருக்கும் பிரபு. எங்க பிரபு வந்து அந்த அளவுக்கு பக்தியில இல்ல. ஆனா பகவான் தினம் முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் இந்த பக்தியில பாகவதம் படிக்க கேட்க அந்த மாதிரி இந்த 2 விஷயங்கள் சிறு பிரசங்கம் கேட்டு பண்றோம் பிரபு. இந்த ஒரு சிறு பக்திக்கு பகவான் தருணேன்னு அவருக்கு பக்தி கிடைக்குமா? குடும்பத்துல அவங்க பக்தி இல்லாததுனால ரொம்ப மனசு கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. இதுக்கு நான் வேற ஏதாவது செய்யணுமா?
Yes, Prabhuji. We can start, Prabhuji.
Okay. Obhagyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurulmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyamadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivazadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So you're all continuing this prayers of Srila Prabhupada. Before going to that particular sloka, let's understand what exactly Krishna is speaking in the Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapter 68th and 69th verse. Ye idam param guhyam mad bhakteshu abhidasyati bhaktim mayi param krutva mam evashyati asamshayaha. For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. The next sloka is also very interesting of how Krishna is explaining to Arjuna what exactly a pure devotee is. Then he says, Nacha tasman manushyeshu kaschin me priya krit maha bhavati nacha me tasmad anya priyo taravo bhuvi. That means there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. So here, we are all Srila Prabhupada's followers. We have been trying to follow so many years. And certainly, I don't think you will disagree with me. He is an acharya of extraordinary mercy which he is carrying throughout the world. And one thing Srila Prabhupada wanted to, because Bhagavad Gita is vastly translated and purported by many different people, including exalted acharyas like Ramanuja, Madhva, other. But there were other so many Bhagavad Gitas. But Srila Prabhupada wanted to make sure that how this particular Bhagavad Gita, which he is presenting it on the mercy of Krishna, that he wanted to make it a little exclusive in the sense of a little distinguish between the others. And that's why he called this Bhagavad Gita as it is. So, and the purports which were all coming out from that is as good as what Krishna is speaking. So, you have to understand from this point of view that the Bhagavad Gita whom we are all studying, we are understanding and making that is the book for our journey back to Godhead, is assured the one who preaches and the person who is preaching on the instructions of Krishna, and at the same time, Krishna is also telling he is most dearest to me. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Krishna personally shows mercy to such a devotee by giving him his independent power, he says. So now you can judge whether Srila Prabhupada had independent power of mercy. So he explains that he gives mercy to such a devotee by giving him his own independent powers to bestow mercy to others. So now you can yourself, the praman which is there, that you are a recipient of that mercy, I am a recipient of mercy. Whether Krishna gave that mercy or Srila Prabhupada gave that mercy, for you to understand. But here Vishwanath Chakravarti is talking special mercy to a devotee. Now what to talk of all of us? Now Srila Prabhupada went to America and so many people. Now some of your background, to each and every one of this world. That's why he was able to success. His success was nothing but he had the independent power of giving this mercy to others. So how is that mercy? He is a preacher who always depended on Krishna, and he always prayed to Krishna to bestow his mercy. See, look at this humility. This humility is these prayers which is coming. So when Srila Prabhupada, mercy, when Srila Prabhupada arrived in Boston 1965, September, he carried with him his order of his spiritual master, to spread the teachings of Mahaprabhu to the Western world. Did he do it? How did it expand? Not just that, when he saw that the Indians were not able to take his whatever teaching at that moment, he saw, let me preach to the Western, probably from there, we will take it up. And that's what has happened to all of us. So the mercy which has gone to the Western world, Srila Prabhupada, he empowered all those people. We have not seen Prabhupada, but we have seen through his books, his videos and all that. But the transcendental vibration does not depend on somebody is living or not living. It is ever living. An Acharya always lives through his books, always lives his parampara, and the present parampara. So every disciple of Srila Prabhupada is carrying Prabhupada with him. So in the same way, when we are teaching outside, we are also carrying Prabhupada's message in the same way. So the more we go deeper into understanding what Srila Prabhupada is doing, naturally that mercy will also come in that way. So Acharya is very, very important in our life. At the same time, the Acharya's teachings of we taking forward to others is also very, very important for us. So this particular poem with Srila Prabhupada went to the Western world where he's praying, written on board of Jaladuta. He's sitting on that, so he's meditating. So how is this going on? So he's already praying to Krishna with total humility. So humility is the first principle of we to adopt in our spirituality. If you don't do that, then knowledge may come, but we can't digest that knowledge. It remains in the mind only. So this was exhibited by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also by Lord Chaitanya, but also very great acharyas. We saw in Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. So I will not go to all the prayers which you have been going through, but we'll take only the first sloka which says, Bolo Kripa Kaile Krishna Adamera Prati Ki Lagi Anila Heto Koro Yebe Gati. So what does he say? My dear Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul, but I do not know why you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like with me. So this is a very important message Srila Prabhupada is giving to all of us. But his humility he is expressing to the prayer to Krishna. So that point we have to understand is many times we are dependent on the people whom we are maybe to our parents, maybe to the country, maybe to the teachers, so many people. Uh, so, but in that aspect, that the humility aspect is induced in us, but it is not in the heart. So if you want to get some work done, so we become, okay, please get it. We use the word please or do something like that. So that is the material aspect of humility, which is for an exploitation. But here, looking at Srila Prabhupada's humility, depending on Krishna's mercy, is the actual our Krishna conscious program in learning as well as delivering. Whatever we learn, we try to do that service to others. But the humility aspect is set standard by Srila Prabhupada. Many times, even in spiritual life, we may become extraordinary. We may do certain things which people are recognizing. But at that time, when this happens, what is the testing aspect is how humble you are, how much you are connecting with the what is given to you, what you have done is nothing but the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. That establishes that he established all the mercy is coming from Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Thakur. He blessed him. And now see, look at Srila Prabhupada. He says, I have to fulfill my mission of my Guru Maharaj. So, you help me, he's asking like that. Now the next step he is asking that, okay, now you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you want. Can that happen with any of us? Even to our parents, we will say, no, do whatever you want. No, we demand. But look at this. So the mood of Vaishnavism, of spiritual life, is exactly opposite to material life. Ahankara is missing in the devotees' life, and that is very predominant in material. Even in material, some people may not have that kind of ahankar, but ahankar of knowledge may be there. They may not talk about the property matters and many other things which is referred to the external aspect, like the Mayavadis. Their extraordinary humility and all that. But when it comes to the philosophical understanding, they may lack that kind of the mood. So a Vaishnava is always looking at how I can be of service to Guru, or how I can be service to this world where Krishna is expecting me to do it. So the bottom line for all of us is through these prayers is he is setting the stage for all of us by he himself sitting in that position. So this is where all of us have to take this cue and go forward. This movement, just like 2 days back, a vision of the Prime Minister, he's talking about Ram Rajya in 1,000 years. But Srila Prabhupada established, he said these books are for the next 10,000 years. So there is an element of that kind of understanding by the present Prime Minister. But we give that credit to him. But the thing is, we have an Acharya who is set standard for us for the next 10,000 years for the rest of the world. Right. It may be limited to India, but it is there. So each of us is a recipient of that kind of mercy program. And how do you accommodate that mercy program in our present day-to-day life is for us to introspect, deliberate, and make available for that. So this is our Guru Dakshina to our Guru Parampara, to Srila Prabhupada, and also the present Acharya system. So now the prayer which you have chosen, tabe icha hoy, jadi tadera udar, ujibe nischay tabe khate se kumar. Tabe icha hoy. He's telling the same thing to Krishna. I wish you may deliver. Therefore, he says, if you so desire their deliverance, then only they will be able to understand your message. What a fantastic mood Srila Prabhupada is in his prayers is establishing fact for our heart. These prayers are straight to our heart. So our progress of material life depends on our karma, but our progress of spiritual life dependent on the mercy of Krishna and Guru. Pure, I'm distinguishing both the aspects. Material life, already we have got certain karma. It goes with that. But spiritual life entirely depends on our desire to serve Guru and Krishna, that is going. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that when you have Sukriti, and Sukriti through that Krishna consciousness, he says that is the best aspect of Sukriti, which is favorable to Krishna consciousness or progress to Krishna. Then he also defines the three aspects, that one which I talked to you. The second aspect, what he is talking about, you may have Sukriti, but you may have wealth. That's all fine. But still, that Sukriti is not advisable, not desirable. The third aspect of people who get Sukriti from Krishna, or he talks about the Mayavadis. So there, also they are exalted, they have left everything, but still their understanding of the tattva is less. So that is also not desirable. So now the Sukriti of what we have got today, what a position here, if we start, okay, Krishna is already given, now that Sukriti, it might have come through our, karma, Anusara. So now when we execute our services as we come to Krishna consciousness, Krishna says, Bhaktivinoda says, that is complete, he says. So now Bhaktivinoda talking about the Sukriti aspect, and that Sukriti Srila Prabhupada has created for us, for each one of us who take to Krishna consciousness. You understand? Somewhere we have begun today in position, we are in Krishna by karma anusara, we have many things in life. But now the quality time, the quality mercy which is there from Srila Prabhupada, how we can engage that to deliver so many people. He is talking about delivering, right? So even like Srila Prabhupada was, his broad views were entire for the world. Maybe we may do one or two people, that's also fine. Because Krishna recognizes everything. But Krishna is looking at what kind of intent you have in your mind is. So, tabecha hoy, jadi tadera udhar. That means to say, give you so desire. So, in the same way, we are talking to so many people to Krishna consciousness. So many people are there. Then, after you preach to somebody, probably that person goes, you can always pray to Krishna. If you so desire, that's what Prabhupada desire. Krishna, you can give, he can become a devotee, he can stay among devotees. You can always pray for that. There is no stopping for us. So whenever we preach to somebody, so we are, many times we we may be in the forefront, but Srila Prabhupada is talking about how we may not be in the forefront, and who can always put Krishna and Guru in the front. So here what you do, we nice do preaching. Afterwards, you can always pray, Krishna, deliver the soul. There is no harm in that. Because that is what everyone is, the parampara is looking at. Now, we have to understand what kind of mercy is this is. Then he says, therefore, if you so desire this deliverance, then only they will be able to understand your message. Now he is acknowledging two aspects. One aspect, he is acknowledging that Krishna, you please, if you so desire, you deliver them. And therefore, if you so desire, he is also telling that if you don't desire that deliverance, then how can it go? So then only you will be able to get that message, particular soul. So these, if you understand what exactly is that, if a person wants bhakti, how does he receive bhakti? Now, okay, we preach to somebody. Now, how does that bhakti sustain in him as it goes? It is by chance? Or a person who is constantly looking at that, it depends on the austerities. So, one has to need to understand how this bhakti comes. Now, we have this particular sloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Brahmanda Brahmite Kone Bhagyavan Jiva, Guru Krishna Phaye Bhakti Lata Bija. So if we are recipient of this, that means we are remaining today, all of us are practicing Krishna consciousness. This has happened. You have got Guru, you have Krishna's mercy, Bhaya Bhakti Lata Bija. Now this bhakti has to be, cultivated. So how does bhakti can cultivate in that way? So that requires a constant endeavor with association of devotees, association of books, association of Krishna's instructions. So here Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Srila Prabhupada, here he says in his Madhurya Kadambani that bhakti is actually independent. It is not dependent. It may appear to be, but it is the Krishna gives that independency to his disciple. He gives that. So he says bhakti is independent also it works because Krishna says, okay, this bhakta, just like Srila Prabhupada, he got his mercy and he can give that mercy independently of Krishna also. But here he is doing through prayers to Krishna, but he has the power. That's what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. Then he comes down from the Madhyama, from Uttama-adhikari to Madhyama-adhikari, and he engages in this preaching. So this is what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he clearly says, bhakti does not come by performing pious activities, not even nishkama karma or gnana, even purity for that matter. He explains such a claim will make a bhakti dependent on material cause, he says. So he says, then material cause, then the question is coming, how does one get bhakti? So here he continues, he says, Krishna does not give bhakti directly. It comes through parampara. We have the 4 paramparas. So it comes through that. Again, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, Krishna is indeed partial to his devotees because Krishna shows partiality by protecting his devotees. So one does bhakti means he protects. At the same time, the Guru has to come. So Guru, Krishna, Paya, Bhakti Lata. Now from Krishna we get Guru, from Guru we get Krishna. All right. So now he quotes a beautiful from the Bhagavatam. We will take. How does this bhakti come? 11.3.31. Samarantaha samashraya chamitto gahuguhu haram harim bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya vibhurta utpatam tanum. 11th canto, 3rd chapter, 31st verse. Let us understand what is the translation. He says, in the translation, he says, devotees of Lord constantly discuss the glories of the personality of Godhead among themselves. Thus, they constantly remember the Lord, remind one another of his qualities and his pastimes. 11.3.31. So, in this way, by their devotion to the principle of Bhakti Yoga, the devotees please the personality of Godhead who takes away from them everything inauspicious. So, being purified of all impediments, the devotees awaken to the pure love of Godhead, and thus, even within this world, their spiritualized body exhibit the symptom of transcendental ecstasy, such as standing of the hairs, bodily hairs on the end. So this particular sloka establishing the fact about how bhakti produces bhakti. The mercy of Krishna actually says that it flows through his devotees. That's why parampara, you are time and again Srila Prabhupada was talking of parampara, and you expect so many devotees from the Bhagavatam, how they were all delivered. Narada Muni delivered. Vyasa Bhagavan himself, he had problems. So he came there. He delivered the Prahalad right in the womb of the mother. He delivered Dhruva Maharaj. So you can look at so many people who were all delivered by Narada Muni, like that many other aspects. So Vishwanath Chakravarti concludes that the cause of Murti is actually is the cause for devotion. So he's talking about that, means Srila Prabhupada himself is, actual cause of that devotion to come into our heart. He becomes the cause. Now, you are talking about Madhyamadhikari, you talk about Uttamadhikari, then we have Kanishthadhikari. So, Uttamadhikari, what does he understand? What is it? He thinks everybody in the world is a pure devotee. He thinks I am the only one. So, he will not preach. Then there is another Kanishta Adhikari who thinks I am only the pure devotee and nobody is there in this world who is other than me. But the Madhyamadhikari, he takes the position from Uttamadhikari, comes down and he starts propagating. So here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur clarifies, specifically Madhyamadhikari, the middle level devotee who practices discretion in distributing his mercy. He quotes from that the Bhagavatam 11.2.46. Go next, 11.2.46. He says, Ishware tad adneshu balisheshu vishistucha prema maitri kripa pokshe yak karoti sa madhyamaha. An intermediate or a second class devotee called Madhyama Adhikari offers his love to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is a sincere friend to all the devotees of the Lord, shows mercy to ignorant people who are innocent, and disregards those who are envious of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he clearly establishes the fact is a second class devotee is the Uttamadhikari, comes down as a Madhyamadhikari and starts preaching. That's what it shows in the earlier sloka, Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhaktya. That means it is coming from Bhakti comes from Bhakti. So it's an independent aspect, but that independent aspect Krishna gives to his pure devotees. So Prabhupada had that bhakti with him. It was independent that he could give to anybody that mercy. That's what happened all over the world. He preached everywhere. But nevertheless, he is always praying to Krishna that if you so desire. So that is what aspect of the humility matters a lot. Why only Madhyamadhikari? I explained that. Uttamadhikari thinks everybody is a pure devotee. Kanishta Adhikari thinks everybody is not pure, I'm the only pure. So that is why. So Srila Prabhupada quotes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, what does he say? Devotional service is enchanting. That even the first class devotees, Uttamadhikari, also come to second platform to preach and render service to the Lord for the benefit of whole world. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita quotes 24.205 page. What does he say? Devotional service is so enchanting that even a first class devotees, Uttamadhikaris, also come to the second platform to preach, render service to the Lord for the benefit of the whole world. So, this is what that Srila Prabhupada did for all of us. Not only that, he's doing it for everybody in this world, but we are coming into this, we start preaching, that means Prabhupada mercy flows through you also. So why is our preaching so also making effect on people? That is because Srila Prabhupada chose so many devotees to take this forward. Only thing is we have to cooperate. Is that how much we give our quality time into our preaching, how much we understand the tattva, and how much humble we are in presenting these things. Again, Srila Prabhupada lecture in the 4th November 1972 in Vrindavan, he says, unless what comes to the Madhyamadhikari level, he cannot preach. Because in Uttamadhikari, there is no need for preaching. Because Uttamadhikari, he sees everything good. He does not think anyone is lacking Krishna. So he says everyone is Krishna conscious. Simply, I'm not Krishna conscious. He thinks like that. So Srila Prabhupada He is, his way of explaining things is so perfect and also so simple. Easily we can take up to Krishna consciousness. He says everyone is Krishna. Such an unalloyed devotee who comes down from the top most level to the middle level, he is carrying Krishna's lotus feet in his heart. He carries in his heart a heart which is sold to Krishna's, fulfilling Krishna's desire. Oh, sometimes we say, I have to take my father's legacy, I have to take from a college legacy, I have to work for country. So all these things are there. The same way, Krishna conscious movement is a movement where it is for Brahmanda, right? So, which is coming from Brahma. He is the owner of the entire this one. So he is asking us to take this forward. So this is what called as Kripa Shakti. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains this aspect that Krishna's mercy is manifested. Lord's bestow his own Kripa Shakti to his devotee. He gives him that. And that devotee gives to the entire world, fallen souls. You can look from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, like this parampara, it came from the Goswamis and present to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, then came to Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Thakur, and to Srila Prabhupada, and Sri Srila Prabhupada, his disciples. So everything, it's continuing. So this is the magic which everyone is experiencing in the heart change, which remains. So he is now understanding that this person actually comes from the spiritual world. He is not a Bhakta. So Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is a Nitya Siddha who has come on the order of the Krishna. He's come down delivering all of us and many more to come for next 10,000 years. Anya Abhilasita Shunyam. That means he has nothing else other than fulfilling the desires of his Guru and Krishna. A Nitya Siddha devotee comes from Vaikunta, the order of the personality of God. And he never deviates. He is never attracted by any allurements. Right? So this is what we have to look at from Prabhupada's life. Right from the day he started this movement till the last, how he was so detached, also attached to the progress of this, this society. He made sure and a proper administration is there. He made sure the temples are there. He made sure practicing where we have a house, just like this ISKCON temple. So he gave everything so that we are protecting from all sides. So today, ISKCON can fulfill this desire of Srila Prabhupada. Anybody who comes, he has an opportunity, but so many kind of attractions are there in the temple where he may like certain things. He may like Mahaprasad, he may like Kirtan, he may like Bhagavad Gita. So if you look at the magnanimity of Srila Prabhupada, he did not just write books. He built temples, he built ashramas, he created administration. So look at all these aspects. The inclusiveness of Srila Prabhupada, he never left any gap empty. So today we have sadhana bhakti, we have books, we have association of devotees, we have beautiful temples, we have service to do. Everything is there. Are we not protected? So these are all points where it should make us aware that what will I give back to Prabhupada? What is my Guru Dakshina to him? He is not expecting any money or anything. So this constant thinking of what can I do to Krishna today? What can I do to tomorrow? In what way I can help this movement to grow? This is nothing but the thinking process itself is a Guru Dakshina. That's what it matters. So, Srila Prabhupada in Srimad Bhagavatam, this particular aspect is given. 7th canto, 10th chapter, 3rd page, the purport is there. So, Srila Prabhupada, Nitya, he's come down and he's praying for all of us. So, this prayer, again going back to Srila Prabhupada prayed from his heart. Bolo Kripa, Kaile Krishna, Adamera Pati, Ka Lagi Naile, Heto Karo Ye Gati. My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon me. We'll just go through everything. Kind upon this useless soul, but I do not know why you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like. The second one, Akshay Kichu, Karja Tabe ye Anumane, Nahi Keno Anibena ye Ugrastane. But I guess you have some business here. Otherwise, why would you bring me to this terrible place? Rajastamo Gune Era Sabai HMA. That means why is he pointing? He's gone to America. So he's telling this Ugrastani, he knows what it is world. But still, what did he do? Vasudeva Kati Ruchi Nahi Ye Prashna. Most of the population here is covered by material modes of ignorance and passion, absorbed in material life. They think themselves very happy, satisfied, but therefore they have no taste for transcendental message of Vasudeva. I do not know how they will be able to understand. Tabe jadi kabe kripa hoy hai tuki sakala ye sambhava hoy tumi ye kautuki. That means, but I know if your causeless mercy can make everything possible because you are the most expert in mistake. So now if you're going through this kind of understanding and see the present moment today, what matters is you can see Pratyaksha Praman. I was just now before this Radhesham Prabhu was giving class in my nephew's house in Montreal. I was just going through that. Today is coinciding. So how devotees are going to different parts of the planet, praying. So I was just imagining what a coincidence today that we are talking about this. And here's a wonderful devotee, my dear close associate, Radhesham Prabhu, right sitting in my nephew's house, and he's addressing 100 devotees there. And that is your electronic technology, right, came into a house. So Prabhupada, engaged everybody, engage every aspect of life. So this is how that Srila Prabhupada's mercy is coming as a wholesome. You don't have to look for anything else. So it is a very nice opportunity for all of you to take up, and you're all practicing Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada has already prayed to Krishna, please deliver us. Now it is our, how we can pick up this. And Srila Prabhupada was talking about in Vrindavan, there is a place where there is no temple because he said everything there. So he said, let ISKCON also have a temple. That's why Krishna Balram came, and services. Because if that service is not there, then it will not work. In the same way, for all of us, Krishna, Srila Prabhupada's mercy is given ICC. It is growing. So many people are coming. Yesterday, so many people, day before yesterday, so many people came. So devotees so many bhaktas will come. Now our duty is to see that Krishna, goes into their heart. Srila Prabhupada's mercy goes, and they start practicing Krishna consciousness. Because we can't just sit in a house and how much we can preach to an extent. Now Krishna has given us such a big temple. So many people are walking to our temple. Now it is our duty to create that kind of an atmosphere and make sure everybody gets that opportunity or that blessings of becoming a devotee. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada says, this is a place of pilgrimage. Every ISKCON center is a place of pilgrimage. They will come on their own. We can never close the doors. Anybody who comes, he will take up to, he has to come inside. He has to receive the mercy of the deities. So beautiful program Srila Prabhupada has given us. So we have to somehow think of how we take this mercy of this Srila Prabhupada. We have become the recipient of this. How we can take this forward, this movement, whatever little what we are doing, and that is sufficient for anybody to become, Krishna consciousness, because Srila Prabhupada's mercy is there. Therefore, one direction, sure way is giving is that this prayer of Srila Prabhupada, mellow our heart further and become more humble. We present this philosophy as Srila Prabhupada wants. The words of the Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but a literary incarnation of, if a sober person repeatedly takes it up, certainly he will be able to understand this message. So that's why Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Every day we are studying Bhagavatam. Every day we are trying to understand. Even if you do 10 minutes, give your 100% to it. And that 100% of that, whatever 10 minutes you are giving, that will deliver all of us. So in the end, go with this. Wherever there is Vrajanandan Krishna, there is Radharani. And wherever there is Govardhan, there are Gopas and the Gopis. And there is Yamuna, Vrinda Devi is there. So talking about association. So the appearance of form of Krishna, especially within the heart of this Dhamma, refers to Krishna's form. So that was there in the heart of Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, that's why he says, that is why we address Srila Prabhupada as divine grace, Krishna Kripa, because Krishna's mercy he was carrying to the world. So we can access all this through his disciples and his books, his instructions. We should take advantage of this. That is what that particular sloka of Bhagavatam says, Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhaktya. So today we are all coming together. Tomorrow there's a devotee coming from Detroit. So Yugal Keshav Prabhu is a great devotee, single-handedly did many things. Very dear to me. Whenever I go to Detroit, I stay. He gives me opportunity to do some service there. Wonderful devotee. And this particular aspect, what Srila Prabhupada, Jayapataka Swami says in this end, he quotes, that is why we should address Srila Prabhupada as his divine grace. We can access this his voice through Vani, his books, instructions, his disciples, and his ISKCON. So it is for us to take advantage of this. So bhakti resides forever in the heart of such unalloyed devotee. We have to simply, so he quoted, remembered on 6th September 2015, Kumbh Mela, that Srila Prabhupada, he also made this statement about how Srila Prabhupada, one devotee came and asked him that I was talking about. He said, you said taking devotional service, you will cross through so many preliminary stages of yagna, tapasya, pious activities. But when I look back, I don't see of any of this. So I was simply, engaged in material activities. So how will I get devotional service? So Prabhupada said, I have made this your good fortune for all of you. He says that. So I end here. And by this, and the same thing, whatever is that, Srila Prabhupada has given all of us. A beautiful Sangha has been created in the south part. Wherever we go, even by chance, if destiny is taking us somewhere else, I'm sure there will be association there. But in the present moment, all of us are part of ICC. So Krishna now, Jagannath has manifested as Radha Vinodji and Lord Chaitanya Nityanand, they have come. So they are complete by them. And the temple is open to the public. So many people are coming. You are all part of Yajamans. So you all have to see that this temple goes in the right direction. The temple accommodates as many devotees as possible. And we can also be a recipient of this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful message today, especially our mood of preaching. What should be our mood of preaching? As Prabhupada has carried the orders of his spiritual master, we should be carrying this specific message of Srila Prabhupada mentioned in this verse. So, and you also mentioned about, the important aspect of not getting into ahankar. That's very, very important. We may not get ahankar for the gross things, but the subtle things like having a little bit of knowledge may get into the head, and then that may lead to ahankar. I think that's another important message, at least for me to remember. Thank you, Prabhuji. I think Prasadeshwar Prabhu has raised his hand for quite some time. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please go ahead and unmute your mic, Prabhuji. You can speak up, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prasadeshwar Prabhu, you are able to unmute, Prabhuji. Okay, other devotees may please unmute your mic and share your questions. I think Prasadeshwar Prabhu may be having some issues.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. I don't have any question, but very nicely, it was wonderful lecture, like spellbounding without non-stop you taught. And what you told, how Prabhupada has come down from Uttamadhikari level to the Madhyamadhikari, like we have to go down a step and then bring the people up. That's what Prabhupada has done. He's a wonderful, no doubt we call him his divine grace. Dandavat Pranam for the very wonderful lecture, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, any other comments or reflections?
Hare Krishna. So Dhanus Pranams Prabhu. So
Dandavat
very,
Pranam.
very inspiring, very nice. And then actually, when we are talking about humility, just realizing that how much ever we hear, we always have to be real. I mean, at least I keep realizing that, there's so much more to cover. I mean, in terms of trying to be humble or trying to get into that mode, or even the very understanding of humility itself is so vast. Implementation is the next step. So that way, very inspiring, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And how we are always trying to connect to Srila Prabhupada. I think that there's a lesson for all of us in that. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Prasadeshwar Prabhu, are you able to unmute yourself? He's not able to unmute.
Some chat message is there. What is that?
Yeah, 1 minute, Prabhuji, I'll open up. No, Prabhuji, there was no specific chat message asking a question. There was no question in the chat message.
Okay. So you can conclude.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I think if there are no questions, we can end today's session. Like Prabhuji has mentioned, tomorrow we will have Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya at 8 a.m. The class will be live telecast from the temple tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So we'll have a special visitor from ISKCON Detroit, like Prabhuji has mentioned. Is Grace
Farmington Hills.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Farmington Hills.
Okay, Prabhuji.
That's three centers are there. He stays in. He is the president of Farmington Hill ISKCON. Yeah, very dear friend of mine. So, and it's a Republic Day. All of you make it. You can have a nice prasad too. And take his association. A devotee who's from Andhra Pradesh, he went there, and he could do wonders. That's what I'm seeing. See the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, how it is, empowering the second generation also. So we don't have to. We are all in the queue. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you, devotees. We will have a class tomorrow at 8 a.m. Tomorrow and Friday. It will be from 8 to 9. Thank you. I'll end the Zoom session with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindho bhyayevacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita ki jai. Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.